Hey guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be looking at the first episode of the hotspots, as I like to call them, in the north side of Orc Island. And the first one what we're going to be looking at is the closest one when it comes to the towns in the south, which will be the Brightmoor bunker, or the bunker closest to Brightmoor. And yes, looking at the risk versus reward here, it's quite high up on my list because of the amount of loot that I can get, and yes, the freedom I've got inside the bunker. So there's a lot of hiding spots outside for me, so it's not too difficult scoping the place out. Again, there's a lot of hiding spots for campers as well, but looking at how much loot I can get outside compared to inside, there's a much stronger emphasis on getting inside the bunker, because you've got military tents on the outside, but the loot that you get inside there doesn't really compare to it. So the biggest loot that you can look for in this area is the vehicles and the bunker itself. So when we're going to loot a bunker like this, our focus points, like I said, are the vehicles and the new Iron Suns crates, which can have 2 items inside them. So don't always just search them and think there can only be 1. Sometimes there's 2 items inside. And yes, then the armories themselves. Now with this bunker, there's 2 exits, but only 1 entrance. Okay, so that's very important. And when you get inside the armory, which we will be exploring at the end, you will see that it's very easy to get into conflict or be trapped by a clan, because once you've headed into the armory, you have to come back out to get out of the bunker. And of course, to get into this bunker is very easy, because at the moment a generator just takes a jerry can, oil, and a battery and a drive belt, okay, which you can easily find. And that's basically what I did here. I just went to Brightmoor and got those 4 items, searched quickly for a backpack so that I don't waste the first loot that I run into. And I mean, if you can get a quick gun, great for you. If you can't, it's fine. The main thing is just to bring the 4 items here and get lucky, which I have, which has happened to me on full service a lot of times. And at the beginning, don't forget those suitcases with the clothing in, guys. It can really help you out, especially if you're in a populated server or you can't, you're starting to get to a town. Then just remember the vehicles, and outside there's a lot of places with these suitcases in, and yes, they can supply you with great clothing and of course a lot of rags as well. So yes, as you guys can see, right at the start we're getting a flak vest. Here we're getting a 9mm gun, nothing else, because the indication will come up that there's something else. So yes, very, very high tier loot here. And one thing that I want you guys to focus on in this bunker is not to make too much noise. If you can, use stealth and not let the mutants detect you. It's not always possible, but if you can, it will help you a lot, because other people will be scoping it out as well, and anyone in the area will be hearing you. And normally when somebody hears you, they tend to wait for you. Okay? Instead of coming in, they're going to hear you shooting And if it's a clan, maybe they'll enter the bunker, you know, and be ready for the challenge. But most of the time, if they hear you, then they know there's someone inside. And when you know there's someone inside, you usually know where the person is going to exit. Okay? So you can go into the front and try and hunt them down, or you can just go and wait for them at the back, like you will see at the end of this video. But the main purpose is it just gives them advantage that they know you're here, but you don't know they are here. So they can use stealth to come in, and you basically running around for your loot, and then they can move closer to you while hearing you all the time, but you're not, you know, you're not really focusing on them. Luckily in the cave you can hear sounds quite easily, but yes, just a tip there for you guys. And when you're in small areas, try not to let the whole world know you're there, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's almost like you're trapped. And then, yes, at the end of this series, I'm going to be showing you the largest bunker in Miscreated, which I've covered in a video before. But that is the perfect example of a place that's only got one entrance and one exit. I promise you, if I know somebody is inside there and they are not experienced, or if I want to camp them, they dead, okay? The only way that a person is going to live when I know he's inside the last bunker and I can wait for him is by him logging out. Okay, because there are just so many choke points where I can kill him, and there's literally even a ladder that he has to climb up to get to the last, you know, to the bunker door. And climbing on a ladder, you're a sitting duck in any case. So yes, there's a lot of situations when you're in a small space, do not let the other people know about it. The bunker itself, yes, there are boxes, and as you can see, there's lockers which can give you guides like usual. Got quite lucky with a few guides. But yes, if timing, the time that you spend here is very important to you, like the server is very busy and you're scared you're gonna die, you know, you don't really want to lose the shit that you're going to find inside here, then what I'd suggest is just focusing on the vehicles, the Iron Sun's crates, and then sprinting directly for the armory. And then if you really want to do it fast, then as soon as you turn, there's of course the exit, the red exit light over there. So as you can see, I'm wasting time here, and there it says the armory, but notice now when I'm going into the armory, as soon as I cross this door, I've basically only got one exit. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. As soon as you enter this armory, you've got one exit. And the one thing, the dangerous thing about this armory is that in the first section is this quiet place where you can just look for random loot, and then the back end of it is the high tier loot. So the deeper you go, the better the loot gets. Even with the entrance here, which we will see now, even with the entrance, there's backpacks, but I mean, you know, that's good, that's good loot, but it's not great loot. It's not really high tier loot, you know, to get guns and ammo and stuff like that. So even right at the entrance here, it's very little that you're going to find great guns or ammunition and stuff like that. At the entrance, you're going to get backpacks, shoes, and clothing. Okay, so again, even the first section of the main armory room is very average with loot. And this you will learn as you go along. just repairing my gear. Like I always say to you guys, make sure your gear is pristine. So you can see it's very quiet. Even this area here is very quiet. Okay, so anyone that knows this bunker knows that you have to go through here. This is where the shit is. Okay, this is where the high tier loot is. This is where the weapons are. So if I can hear you looting inside here, and I can creep, I can use stealth to get as close to you as possible, then I know as soon as you leave this room right here and you enter that quiet place with the boxes and the shells, that's my perfect place to kill you, because that's where you're gonna be at your at your weakest, if I can put it that way. Okay, you're not gonna be as attentive, and it's gonna be a perfect opportunity for me to kill you. And there's a few spots, few corners, okay, which I can go through. I can just literally wait at the exit of the armory. So yes, looking at the loot, it's great. And most of you guys might think to yourselves now, holy shit, Luthais, why do we have to spend all that time in the towns? You know, if we can just come here directly and look like a badass really quickly. And it's simple. On an empty server, you know, if you don't want to, I mean, if you're on an empty server, you're probably looking at focusing on PvE and just enjoying the game more, not being killed on sight. But on a busy server, the chances that you are going to die here are very high. And so it makes perfect sense for me looking at the risk versus the reward. So yes, you can get geared up here really, really quickly, but you can die here and lose everything very, very quickly as well. So doing the route like Brightmoor, get the parts, the generator parts, equipping the generator, and just going for it because you're not risking much. Yes, that's, if PvP is your only concern, guys, that's, that's the way to do it. You're not worried about dying. You're just going to the factory area in Brightmoor, getting the parts, coming here, rushing it, hoping not to die, getting to the Iron Sun's crates as soon as possible so that you can get a weapon, and get into combat and hopefully get here and loot it. And then to get fully geared here, it's going to take about 3 times, guys. You get yourself a nice hiding spot inside this bunker, log out, come back after 15 minutes, redo everything. If you log in close to loot or any kind of loot, and you have a feeling nothing has respawned, then someone's in the bunker, So various ways to kill a cat. So yes, guys, it's a high tier loot area, and only there's 2 kind of loot areas. Areas where you've got a lot of space and you can't get trapped, and then areas where you can get trapped. And this is definitely an area where you can get trapped. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And if you're new here, please click the subscribe button, and join the cause. And yes, if you like this video, please click the like button. And if you've got any questions, leave in the comments down below. And for all you trolls, giving me some some really funny insults, or if there's any trolls out there who want to be funny, I'm up for it, dude. I don't take life too seriously, so give me your best shot. Cheers, guys. Have fun.